folks, it's time to kick it old school. So you can feel cool. Give it to me, baby. Baby. Yeah. Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school. So you can feel cool. Give it to me, baby. Baby. Yeah. Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school. So you can feel cool. Give it to me, baby. Baby. Yeah.
What's up? What's up, everybody? 2021 is here. A lot of stuff happening.
Outrageous Fun. Season 3.
What's up, everybody?
What's
All right, hit the
up?
thing. How we doing?
Your boy's engaged.
Fucking remind me.
Your boy's engaged, baby.
Did you get any hardware? Do you have like a little?
I have no proof.
You didn't want to write in like pen, like a little ring?
An I promised situation.
Yeah, like a Beyonce.
I got nothing.
Nothing.
I just got a sweet ass woman at home with a fat rock on her ring,
And
baby.
a small ass bank account left over. What a weekend, bro. What an emotional day.
What an emotional day.
Crazy. You had to have had a roller coaster.
I had a roller coaster of.
You didn't seem that nervous though. You called me and you seemed fine. You were like, "Hey, you got any like pump up for your boy?" And I was just like, "Good luck, man." I had like nothing. I wasn't ready.
I wanted a little. I think I called you. I was like, "Give me some words of encouragement."
I gave you a little something.
I was chilling.
You seemed fine.
I was pretty chilling. I will say we'll get into the details a little bit.
Yeah.
I did have a speech prepared. Didn't come out.
Was it a good?
No.
Do you have it written down? Do you want to
No.
say it here?
No.
Not at all.
Oh, what I was gonna say?
Yeah.
I was gonna say to Emily, my fiance.
Wow.
What's up?
Whoa. Oh, that hit me like a truck. Oh. I just keep hearing my place in your life just sink a spot. I just keep feeling
canceled
myself going
yesterday.
down.
I canceled. We usually record on Mondays. We're recording today, and we went out celebrating last night. And I thought you were gonna hit me with like a Jesus guy. You're already fucking canceling on me.
I was, but I was just like, let me give him this one. I was like, not the time. Kid's having a big week.
I was gonna say like I loved you in London because we met in London. I was gonna say I loved you in London. I loved you in Delaware, like all the places we've been and stuff. And then I was like, when I started talking, I was just like, let's just get to the point, because your boy's tearing up a little bit.
Yeah, you really
I was
can
tearing
go
up for
on.
love.
Yeah.
I was tearing up for love.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, dude, it was emotional.
Did you so I'm going to paint the picture. Maybe you should paint the picture because I know the way it went, but I feel like maybe a firsthand account.
Okay.
Because then I have questions.
So yeah, I'll kind of tell a story a little bit.
Right.
I've been telling the story. It's like,
Well, you're going to have to
it's
tell that
exciting
story
news.
for like another month.
I know. I've
Easily.
been telling like all my patients in my office, like I told the week prior. I'm like, hey, they're like, oh, what are you doing this week? And I'm like, well, actually.
For people listening, just advice. Don't tell anybody you're doing it because if you get turned down, God forbid, then you got to answer to everybody. How'd it go? And then you just start sobbing at work and like you're the guy who cries at work. Like you don't
I
want
was
to be that
pretty
guy.
sure she was going to say yes.
I was pretty sure too, but we can never be 100%.
We can never be
certain.
too sure. One of my patients did say she like, she's got to say yes. And I was just like, I really wasn't even thinking of that till you fucking said it, lady.
Thanks for getting in my head.
Yeah. So for like a hot second, I was just like, damn. And I was just like, fuck you. That's not gonna happen. We talk about it,
Right.
Have those conversations.
She's been begging you for a ring for 2 years, so I don't think a no was anywhere in the cards.
Yeah. So everyone knew in my office, which was dope. So I was like hyping people up. Fun to share that news.
That's nice.
I got the ring on Monday. And the whole time people were just like, what's the plan? What's the plan? I was like, I just want to get the ring and then I'll make the plan. Which
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'm a last minute guy.
Yeah, it's definitely you. If there's one way to describe you, like fully, just last minute guy.
Last minute guy.
Last second guy.
Because it was just like, I didn't want to start. Then I didn't know when I was going to get it. You got to plan the weekend. And then I had it hiding in my underwear drawer. And the people at work were just like, that's the worst spot ever. I was like, what are you doing going through the bottom of your man's underwear drawer? Like all the ladies that work at the front desk were like, give me shit. I was like, do you go through your man's underwear drawer and like snoop through the bottom of his shit?
Yeah, most women, no. Emily, definitely.
Just to reorganize?
I'm shocked she doesn't dump the whole dresser out once
to
a week
redo it?
just to make it look nice because you're a disaster.
Yeah, she did not find it.
Clearly.
Thank God. That was like, and
So
there were
she
times.
claims.
There were times where I was like coming because when I first got it from the jeweler, it was on Monday, and he was just like, "You're going home, right?" And I was just like, "Oh, well, like I was I kind of have like some work to do in the area." He's like, "Yeah, you go home.
Yeah.
Drop that thing off. You don't want to get robbed."
You're not walking through fucking Manhattan with diamonds in your pocket like you're Post Malone. Like, what are you fucking doing?
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
So I fucking rode that thing home. She was working. I slipped it I had left for work. I was like, oh, I forgot something. I'm coming back. And literally just like open. She was on a call, thank God. But I was like, low key, this is not that spy-like.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was not that incognito.
No, you're not an incognito guy.
But I got away with it.
Did you, when you asked her, did you have it in the case or did you
Yes.
just have the ring in your hand? Okay, good.
I had
Case,
it
I
in the
feel like
case.
is key.
I had a case. I had 2 options. The guy was like, here's one case. It was like the velvety case that like, it's a nice velvet case.
You need the velvet case.
And then the other one was like plastic, but it had a fun presentation.
What did it come out of the thing?
It like, yeah, so you open it and then like something came forward at you. So I was like, that's kind of fun. So like for, my morning leading up to it, there was a million things I had to do. And one of them was choose which case I wanted to do. And I literally just sat in front of the mirror and opened this one, then put it in this one, and opened that one.
Oh, he
opened this
gave
one.
you both.
He gave me both.
Oh.
So I was literally, I probably opened each one like 5 times. And I was like, we're going with the velvet one. It's classic.
Oh, yeah. And then wait, what happened with the ring while you were in the apartment, like waiting for her?
Dude, so
This actually cracked me up.
like in the morning, Emily, I sent her out with our friend Lizzie. Shout out to Lizzie who helped me out so much. Lizzie Comet, shout out.
Yeah.
She helped me out so
killed it.
much, and
I didn't do shit.
you helped me plan on that Monday
I
night.
did. I'd help you plan a little bit, but I
Little bit.
didn't like really help.
Yeah.
You could have done without me.
Yeah.
You would have helped. You would have.
I would have
did
done
fine.
I would have done fine.
You would have done fine.
You were a good ear though.
Yeah. Hey.
And you supported me through the years. You know,
Well, honestly, without me, who knows if you get engaged?
I'd probably be dead, you know?
Right, or way better off. Who knows?
So yeah, I had like a million things to do in the morning. By the time I had gotten ready, like I finally everything was done. Like the apartment was set up, everything was done, and I picked the box.
How'd you set up the apartment? Let the people know how
Okay.
romantic
Are we
Dylan can
going-
be.
all right.
Oh yeah, fucking describe this shit.
Okay, so send Emily out in the morning with Lizzie for like a girls' day, and I was like, get a manicure so her like nails are done up. Perfect.
Beautiful.
Get your ladies' nails done.
Get 'em
Because then they're taking that picture. You want that look sexy.
That
You
should
know
have
what I'm
been
saying?
that should have been a ding 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 for her right there. Nails?
I thought it was. But she didn't know shit. She really didn't know. I fucking got her.
Also, when I really think about it, I'm like, not that shocked. Not that shocked she wasn't picking up on the clues, you know?
Yeah.
She's not like a detective by any
So
means.
she leaves the apartment to go get her nails done. And as soon as she leaves, I go into I think it was like 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. And she was planning on coming back at 2. So I had like 3 hours on the clock. I felt like I was in a fucking game show, dude,
Yeah.
to like get everything done. I had a list. I'll read you my list of things that had to get done. It was lights and pictures. I had like pictures that I printed from 30 pictures I printed from like across our relationship.
Some of them were quite sexually charged.
Yeah, some of them were naughty.
Yeah, some of them were very naughty. I was
Naughty.
walking through your apartment. I was just like, oh, that's so cute. Oh, shit. All right. They are licking each other's throats. That is nice.
I bought a love balloon from the store. I ran to the store to buy the love balloon, and I went up to the lady. I was like, hey, can you blow this up? I'm assuming it was like a helium balloon. And the lady was like, no, you blow that up. There's a straw in there. You got to blow it up. I was like, fuck me. I don't have time to blow
only
this
have
up.
3 hours.
Lady, come on. Blow this thing. You can't blow it up? She's like, no, you got to do it with the straw. I buy that. I had rose petals from Winston Flowers in the hallway, going down the hallway up into the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Sprinkle some on the bed.
My man.
I had to buy champagne.
Nice.
I got apple cider, sparkling apple cider for your boy.
Nice.
I bought nice ass champagne glasses from the
Like
store.
glass?
Yeah, like
Oh,
nice
nice.
champagne glasses.
When you mentioned you were in the store getting
Yeah,
the champagne
yeah.
glasses when you were on the phone with me, and I was about to say like make sure you get the glass, not the plastic. Like
no,
you gotta do it real.
Come on,
yeah.
bro. The shit. When you cling these things, it was like a
it can't be like a
music to my ears.
It can't be like
no.
you know.
It was a beautiful, beautiful noise.
Right.
I set up the camera in the corner. I had a fire playlist. The playlist was sick.
Was it like piano?
No, it was the song that was playing while I was
That
proposing.
saxophone song? No.
Was Best Part by it's like a Her song with this other guy.
Her?
It's like a jammy fucking love song.
Ooh.
That me and Emily slow dance to sometimes.
Oh,
How
yeah,
want?
you guys probably dance. Did you guys dance so hard?
Yeah.
You're so weird.
Emily gave me I have it in my pocket. She gave me a keychain. It's on my keys that says "You have my heart and my ass." Like 2 years ago.
Nice.
And I cleared off the whiteboard and I wrote it on there. And I drew a heart. And then I was drawing an ass, and I tried to draw an ass, and I was just like, I have no clue how to draw an ass. So I Googled. This was during the time. I was like, how to draw a butt, and I fucking drew the thing, and
Did
it came
you
out
take a picture
terrible.
of the butt?
I don't think it's. I think I still have it. Yeah,
right, nice.
we haven't erased it yet.
Good.
All like the pictures are still up and shit.
Nice.
And then in parentheses I wrote ass because I was like, I don't know if that's a convincing.
Doesn't
enough
look that
butt.
clear.
Yeah. But during like that morning, dude, like she leaves. I like go to all the stores. I come back. I like cleared out the whole long hallway, like all of our coats. Like I just like cleaned the whole apartment. And I felt like we've been watching a lot of British Bake Show. And like the show is set up where it's like, bakers, you have 3 hours to complete. And it's like this high stress where they're like frantically trying. I literally felt like that, where I had this like long ass to-do list, like in a time crunch. And I had so many things to do. And I was like fucking freaking out. I'm putting up the pictures on the wall. I do some tape. I'm doing 3 rolls. One roll, boom, one roll, putting them all up. Run out of tape.
Oh, big monkey wrench in the fucking
Go
gears.
fucking flying around the apartment looking
Chewing
for
gum.
I'm looking for
Sticking
tape.
with
I'm like,
gum.
there must be tape. Emily has a scrapbooking drawer. A whole drawer in the house is devoted to scrapbooking. No fucking tape in that. Just glue. A glue stick.
Did you-
So I was like, should I glue stick it? And I was
Yeah.
just like, no.
Oh.
Glue stick the wall?
Yeah, glue stick is bitch made glue.
Really?
Yeah, a little dot.
Well, I thought that would be stupid. So I was
Might have
like,
been. Might have been
ran.
stupid.
I literally ran to Dwayne Reed down the street, bought the tape, came back, finished that, put the rose petals. Fucking, there was mad dishes in the thing, which I was like, this is such a thing I don't need to do, but I have to do it. Like if I propose to Emily and there's dishes in this thing, she might say no.
These are risks we need to take right now, post spending all this money on this ring.
like, all this shit looks amazing. I'm like, I really don't want to do dishes right
If
now.
it comes down to the dishes, it's my own fault.
I had to unload the dishwasher. So I unload the fucking dishwasher and I was like, I'm not clean. I just put everything in the dishwasher. I didn't even press.
You should have just put it
I
under
hit
the bed, bro.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
I was like,
I'm
I
gonna
gotta
take-
hide this shit. I'm not in the mood to do these dishes right now. But yeah, so I set everything up. Like I take a shower. I put Jasmine's collar on. I put 3 little fucking flowers on her shit.
On yourself?
No, on Jasmine.
Oh, on
Jesus, how kinky do you think we are?
Well, you said I
Goddamn.
put Jasmine's collar on. I thought you meant you put it on
No, I
yourself.
put
was
it on
like, dude, that's weird. really, really weird.
No, I put it on Jasmine.
Whatever
So
you're
she
into,
was
though.
looking cute.
We're sex positive.
We're sex positive. Yeah. Dominate me. So
You just dominate me.
So, yeah, I finally get everything ready, and I have probably like 30 minutes to spare. I'm going to share this detail too because Lizzie's texting me, and she's like, yo, like, I'm leaving, but Emily's like doing double espresso shots in the West Village, saying she's just going to go shopping all day. So you have to figure out a way to get her back to the apartment. Oh, shit. And I was texting Emily. She's like, I'm having so much fun down here. Why don't you come down here with Jasmine? We'll have lunch. So I was like, fuck. I was like,
Emily.
how do I get her back there? What did I do? I was like, come back here. Like, Joe's coming a little bit later, but I'm trying to squeeze in a little bit of sexy time before you go. And she was like, fuck yeah.
She came home for sex. She stopped her errands to just have some sex. Nice.
Yeah. So
Who wouldn't?
I probably have like 20 minutes to spare, and I have the ring in my pocket. And I'm like, now I'm done. But I'm almost like waiting. It's like I
You're
put
in your head at
I
this
put the
point.
thing in the oven, and now I'm just like waiting for the bake to finish. I finished all the things. I'm just waiting for the bake.
Worst part by
And
far.
I was like, I wish I was still cooking. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I was like, fuck. Like, now I'm starting to really think about shit. And I'm starting to like run over the speech in my head and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like kind of like pacing in the apartment, and I have the ring in my pocket. I'm like, just put the ring in your pocket. I don't know what the fuck I was doing, straight up. But like, I would start pacing around, and then I would like come to and do like the phone keys wallet slap. But I'd be like, where the fuck is the ring? And I did that like 5 times, where I don't even remember like taking the ring out of my pocket, putting it
oh,
somewhere.
you were nervous, bro.
Of course I was fucking nervous, bro. Of course.
That's cute as hell.
Yeah. So then I gave one good mirror pump up speech to myself. I was like, you're going to do this. You're going to have a great fucking time. And then I just started jamming out. I was like, I'm just going to start dancing. So I was just dancing in the room. I'm like, you're about to fucking ask your number one to be your wife. Like, fuck yeah, dude.
Right.
Have a good time.
Yeah.
Don't be nervous.
Yeah, enjoy it. Make it
Have
like
this
an
shit
enjoyable.
a good ass time. Yeah. So I start dancing around the apartment. I'm holding Jasmine. Jasmine's there. Thank God. Me and her were dancing and shit.
You're
Having
like,
a good time.
Get me through this, bitch. Get me
I'm
through
like
this.
holding her, like, fuck yeah. So Emily comes home, and she's like coming down the long hallway, and she was like freaking out. I'm talking to Emily afterwards,
After you're engaged.
after like way after.
Post.
She sees the rose petals in the hallway, and her first thought was just like, damn, Dylan's really trying to get it right now.
Oh, yeah, because you invited her over to bang and there's fucking flowers and shit.
She was just like, damn, Dylan's really horny.
This kid was really trying to put on the moves right now. I'm about to get banged. That's what she's saying. I'm about to get some love.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And
yeah, you did.
she came down the hallway, and I like said not what I was going to say, but like said my piece.
It worked.
It worked. Got down on one knee, and like the order of, you could see, so I put the camera in the corner of the room, and I wasn't sure if you were going to be able to get this, but you do get the shot. I go down on one knee, dude, and Jasmine gets on my, like, you could see in the video, Jasmine's literally like, gets on my back leg and just starts humping me like mid-proposal. Mid-proposal. Like the order of words were, will you marry me? Yes. Jasmine's humping me.
Jasmine's such a group play guy, dude.
Jasmine is a group play.
When there's loving going on, she just jumped right in, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my
She was
God.
fully in on the...
Bro, you have to send that video into fucking someone. Like, that
I
is
know.
famous.
It's so I like that it was
yeah,
personal.
You could take the volume out of it or something, but
Yeah.
like send it in.
It was
That's beautiful.
I like that it
We're
was
trying
like,
to become famous.
I know, but I'm not trying to use that shit, you know?
Oh yeah.
I liked
Well, you know who is? The other guy in the show, who is single, also, by the way.
Yeah. I liked that it was like personal and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I honestly, people were asking me like, "Oh, how's he gonna ask? How's he gonna ask?" Because I told like probably more people than I should have told.
Really?
Yeah. Everybody kept me like, "What are you doing like this week?" And I'd be like, "Dylan's getting engaged. I'll be in the city, whatever." So I kept telling people like, "Oh, he's making the apartment all cute with like candles and fucking rose petals and shit," and they were like, "Aww." It was always like, "Aww." I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, that's nice."
It was fucking cute.
Yeah, that is cute.
But
That's
when I was thinking about doing it, I was like, should I do it in Central Park? And like for a hot second, I was like, yeah. And then people would be like, is there anywhere in the city that like you guys have like a really special, like do you guys have a special place in the city? I was
think that
like,
was my
honestly, like we moved in and then the pandemic hit 6 months later. So like our spot is Hummus Kitchen for takeout.
yeah,
Like we're not going to go to Hummus Kitchen. You know what I mean?
but that'd be cute.
It'd be cute.
They'd be
but
super pumped for you
the
guys.
Hummus Kitchen's like, we order Hummus Kitchen. Like, if I had to say, like, if someone was like, "Oh, what's your spot?" I'd probably be like, Hummus Kitchen. But it's like a 7 out of 10. It's more
I
like
mean, it's really
I'm
way
too lazy
less,
to
probably.
cook, and we need like just above average quality food, like something that you know it's gonna hit, but it's not gonna like fully deliver. Hummus
Right.
Kitchen.
Hummus Kitchen.
That's not where you do it.
That's not what you're doing for your engagement.
yeah.
No.
So I was like, should I do it in Central Park? And then I was
Then you
just
got
like,
people coming at you. You get engaged in Central Park, and then everybody's like, "Yeah, like the
Yeah,
whole park." And
the whole
you're
park.
not that guy.
I'm not that guy.
You're not that guy.
It's just I wanted to be personal, and yeah, like I had a Fuego playlist, some Ed Sheeran songs, but it wasn't even. It was the turn up. It was the number 6 collaborations plaplaylist.
Oh, interesting choice.
I
for your
don't want
engagement.
your money, baby. Oh, you
Yeah.
know that song?
Oh, I know it.
I just want your time.
You know what? You know what? It's not
What?
an engagement song.
Well, we were fucking bumping and grinding in the living room.
Oh, that was like the turn up song.
Yeah, so the first song was like a nice, slow song. But then the preceding 5 songs, like I was fucking popping champagne. I was popping cider.
You were popping ass.
We were popping ass.
You know.
And we were like just having a full-blown dance party.
That's nice.
And then we started getting ready. I was like, we're going to have a day. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And we went to the Empire Hotel.
And when you got there, so she didn't know anybody was there, right?
I was originally going to tell her that you and Lizzie were going to be there. And it was going to be because I was just like, that's believable. Like,
Right.
no one else is around. It's just me, you, and Lizzie and Joe.
Because
But
it was
then-
Easter weekend, so
It was
it's
Easter
valid
weekend,
that
yeah.
nobody's around.
Exactly.
Except for your Jewish friend and your best friend.
Exactly.
Right.
And how the kind of afternoon went, I was like, ooh, I might just get away with not being able, just the 2 of us. Like, she was kind of just like into that. I was just like, yeah, like, let's have a day. Like, whatever. You're fucking taking me around. Like, let's do this thing. I was like, fuck yeah. We reveled there too, which was epic.
It's hysterical. There's probably so much adrenaline
Oh my, we were screaming, bro. I was going out second. I was like, we just got engaged.
on like a scooter,
Yeah,
like you're
yeah,
in
yeah.
Italy on a Vespa. Like all romantic.
It
and
was
shit.
dope, dude. And we got to the Empire Hotel, walked into the lobby, and the guy who was like running the door for the rooftop was like a fucking secret agent.
He
bro.
was a straight up CIA
Yeah.
grade.
Yeah.
Like
he's like, who are you here
hardo.
for? Who what's the name of the reservation? I was like, dude. And Lizzie texted me right before. I was like, it's under Lizzie. And I was just like, well, fuck me.
Yeah.
The gig's up because Emily thinks it's just us two. So the guy's like, what's the name of the reservation? So I had to say Lizzie because there's no way this Fort Knox fucking asshole is letting me upstairs.
Lizzie did a great job. One detail she missed.
One detail.
The one detail
Just
she
one
missed
detail.
there.
So as soon as I said that, I turned to Emily. I was just like, it's just Joe and Lizzie up there. And then she said that she started being like, maybe my family's up there kind of thing. But like, it happened so quickly that she was still surprised.
Right. She cried immediately when she saw everybody.
And we were fucking turning up for love and
Yeah.
popping champagne. And
What a day.
it was a dope day.
I think I drank 2 bottles of champagne.
We were turning up. I was having a great fucking time. I should
fucked
get
up.
engaged more often.
You should, dude. That was
Emily,
the most fun
only
I've had.
one person.
Yeah, only one person.
Just like party that.
We could just keep celebrating.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
in.
yeah.
I'm in. So like, as someone who's obviously super close to getting engaged,
Right.
do you have any advice for people that are? Because I feel like everybody our age right now is getting engaged. My roommate last week got engaged, 2 weeks ago, and his was kind of similar. It was like he bought the ring, and then a week later.
Yeah.
It was happening. I was
Dude,
like not ready for it. I was
you
like,
don't
wait,
wanna
this
sit
is so
on it.
quick.
You don't wanna
No.
sit on it.
And you don't want that ring sitting in there.
Yeah.
They just every time
You
you,
gotta
get
move.
up,
You gotta
look
move
at
the
it.
product.
Yeah.
Move the product.
You gotta move it.
You gotta move it.
You gotta move
You
it.
don't want to sit on it.
So that's one. That's some advice.
Oh, advice.
Get it, just
advice for
roll
like
into it.
you, or advice for people like actually
know.
close to getting engaged.
Like those ones. You're cut.
I don't know. Just like do your own thing.
Yeah. Make sure it feels right.
Make sure it feels right to you.
No.
I liked it that it was like a private thing. Like I didn't want it to be like but everyone wants different shit.
Yeah. Then you got the Instagram people who need like the whole shebang, and I respect that.
Whatever
That's your
you-
vibe.
Whatever you want.
Right.
I'm not gonna shit on anyone's love.
Right,
Your love is your love.
Love is love.
Love is love. However you want it, put it out there. Do your thing.
We're love guys.
We're love guys. We're
Yeah.
fucking love guys,
definitely
dude.
love guys.
We're the love guys.
We're love guys.
Yeah. For you, I'm like, I got a whole list of fucking shit for you, bro.
Yo, we could. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later.
Not the time.
Damn. Yeah, but dude, congrats. It was fucking beautiful. It was so nice to have your parents there too. Your dad was cracking me. Dylan's dad just helped me get an apartment and shit. Like at the engagement party, he's just calling friends, like calling realtors and shit. It was great. It was such a good day.
Yeah, we had a great time.
And that dinner. So we went to like a nice French restaurant,
We went to a nice restaurant
and
with,
we were with Emily, Dylan's fiance's family, like her 2 sisters, her mom, her dad, and then me, Dylan, and Lizzie and Emily. And we were fucked up.
Yeah.
We just came from the hotel. We were like so loud.
so loud.
And we're like smoking a joint on the way there because we're like, weed's legal in New York. And we're like getting stoned and then we're just reek and we're making such a wreck of this fucking
we
place.
definitely just like we were standing right outside the restaurant, and the restaurant was very isolated. Like there's no other restaurants around, and there was a little bit of an outdoor seating, and like we were definitely We were just right next to the restaurant, disrupting those people.
Right.
But then Emily had her engagement balloon, and she was
People
all,
were totally about the noise at that point.
People were just like, oh, these people are having a good time. Some
Right.
lady ran up to us and she was like, congratulations. She got up from her table and started running towards Emily like 20 feet away. This lady was leading with her elbow, dude. And she was like, oh my God, congrats.
It was fucking hilarious.
Fucking 2021 weird shit,
It
bro.
was a great night though. Everything was just perfect. It was awesome.
Yeah, we turned up in that.
We did turn up.
And then Emily did something that was just one of the best things she's ever done. After dinner, me and her were walking at Jasmine, and she's like, I want pizza. Go pick up a pizza. I was
Meanwhile,
like,
I'm sitting
I
up-
fucking love you. I love
I
you.
made a good decision today. Dude, I'm sitting up in the apartment with Lizzie. We're having like a deep conversation.
Yeah.
Because Lizzie was having boy problems and shit. And I'm giving her sick advice, which worked out beautifully, by the way.
Yeah, I
And she
know.
called me. Yeah, it was sick. So I'm giving her this sick ass advice, and like I'm deep in this combo, and Dylan walks in the door with 3 boxes of pizza.
was-
And I was like,
Joe hugged me like too deep.
deep. I
Yeah.
was just like, bro, you read my mind. Like I was thinking of pizza the whole time I'm giving advice. I'm like, but I want some pizza. That was just a great cap.
Dude, I'm a fianzo now. And I'm
Is
trying
that a
to,
fianso? I like that.
I'm making
word.
that up. Because
Fianso.
we looked it up. Fiance and fiance, it's the same word.
No shit, Dylan. You
But-
had to look that up.
No, hold on. Let me give you another fun fact, bitch.
Bitch.
Fiance male, just 1 Fiance female, 2 E's.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, but it is definitely pronounced the same way?
Fiance.
You're positive.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Is it fiancé?
I'm not positive about anything, bro.
Good point.
Besides my love for Emily. What's up?
Ooh. Say that.
One more time?
At the wedding.
Oh,
Say that at the vows.
Yeah.
I'm not sure of anything in this life, but I love this bitch.
Yeah.
That's nice. Good for you, bro. Congrats. Happy for you.
Thank you, dude.
Happy for you.
It's pretty sweet. I will say, though, we're sitting at the fucking Empire Hotel, and people are already like, did you set a date? And I was like, can you fucking chill for
Yeah.
a
Do
second?
you know this? Don't give Emily that fuel.
We already,
Bitch
you
is
want to know
already-
something
she
funny?
probably
So
already has a
on,
date in mind.
when we finally like chilled, just the two of us, because we were like with people, and then the next day was Easter, and we went out to brunch with her family, then we went to Long Island.
Yeah, you're giving too much info.
We finally got back to the apartment, just the two of us, and we started talking about like, how many people? Is it a big thing? Is it a small thing? And I was joking. I'm like, what color are the forks? What are the spoons? It's like, there's so many things to think about. So I started saying shit, and Emily got overwhelmed and was like, stop. Like, we got to have a code word where if like we're doing this and it's just too much, we need a way to get out of it. So I was like, how about just time out? And she's like, that's too official. So I was like, what about T.O.? And she was like, okay. And then she said, T.O., ho. And then she said, T.O., lil ho. And then she's like, that's the code word.
T.O. Loho?
T.O., lil ho.
T.O. Loho is way better than time out.
I know.
I thought you for a second, I thought you were going to
getting
use
inspo.
Spumoni, and I was going to smack you in the head.
Bro.
It's like, that's us, bro.
Yeah, I know.
You can't just jack Spumoni. Like,
wouldn't-
like you owned Spumoni.
Listen, I'm engaged now, but I would never. You know?
You loyal?
I'm a loyal hoe.
These hoes ain't loyal.
Yeah.
You best be. Shit. Dude, congratulations, bro. I should have brought a fucking bottle of champagne to pop here. I didn't plan for this celebration at all. But yeah. Oh, you know what we can do?
Oh, shit. What do we got?
Where's Frankie, dude?
Now that the engaged
this
talk
fucking
is
kid
over.
just runs around mid-recording. he's running around. He's fixing cameras and shit. He's fucking rolling under the blanket.
I don't want your
Where's that lighter,
money,
Frankie?
baby, oh.
So, well, I didn't know you
I
stole
just
it.
want your time.
Definitely stop singing. So, if we're gonna celebrate,
What better segue?
there's no better segue. We're sick at segues. I don't know how good our podcast is, but our segues fuck hard. And you know what else fucks hard? The legalization of marijuana. And what better way than to smoke on air? I've been wanting to do this since we got a podcast. I don't know where the hole is here.
Is this the ticket?
This is the ticket. There's no hole. It's a bubbly.
Yeah, we started just smoking on air, and then the viewership just fucking crushed. Doesn't even let
So
the
me and Dylan
engaged
get-
man take the first hit.
No, absolutely not. I'm single and I'm alone. Give me the first hit. We're gonna get baked today.
Because we also don't know what the fuck we're talking about today.
We got no plans. We had a big weekend, so we're getting stoned on air today. Are we on Instagram too? Fuck, this is hilarious.
It's legal.
It is legal.
I
We're
will say
chilling.
this about the legalization of marijuana. Emily, I love you. Talking about legalization of marijuana. We were like, yeah, I think in 2022 it might be legal. And then it was just the drop of a hat. They were just like, yeah, by the way, weed's legal in New York now. And I was
Right.
like, what?
Right.
And the day it happened in New York City, I was like, if this was the legalization of alcohol, people would be pouring into the streets, getting fucking Bud Lights, showers for
Oh.
everyone,
Like
turn
the
up across the whole city.
End
and
of
it
the
was just,
prohibition.
yeah, turn the fuck up.
Turn up.
It was. The thing is that stoners were just stoned on their couch, and they're still just stoned on their couch.
Right. Like, so you don't get high and like want to run around.
Yeah.
You order pizza. Delivery numbers went up.
Delivery
though, I
numbers
bet.
were up that day.
Yeah.
I ordered weed from our weed guy that day,
Mm-hmm.
and he came to the apartment. I was like, dude, fucking, your thing is legal now.
Yeah.
And he's like, I know, it's crazy, dude. I was smoking a joint on the street. I was rolling a joint. I didn't give a fuck. I was celebrating. And it's right when I lit up, a woman pushing a stroller with a baby in it walked past me, and I was like, I started to feel bad, but then I also was just like, fuck you.
So true. It's like the same as like if you're smoking a cigarette and a baby and a mom walk by, you're gonna feel like shit. But you're not breaking the law. You're just being kind of a dick.
The craziest part, dude,
You know?
is that anywhere you could smoke a cigarette, you could smoke marijuana, which I think is by far the most ridiculous part of
The best part of the
Didn't see that coming.
world. Well, it's just about everywhere you can smoke a cigarette. It's not like literally everywhere.
I think anywhere you can smoke a cigarette, you can smoke marijuana.
Right, but not if it's like private property where like they
can't smoke a
deem you
cigarette
can't smoke marijuana. You know what I'm saying? Like you could smoke cigarette, but no marijuana. You know what I'm saying?
Those
But
have-
for the most part, you could smoke weed anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the Wild West out here.
It's
Cali out here. Let me ask you a question.
that just happened so fast.
Do you think weed gets legalized if COVID doesn't happen, or if Cuomo doesn't touch those chicks? I think Cuomo touching chicks direct relation to us being able to smoke weed on camera right now.
I
A little bit.
agree.
Yeah, like,
He touched the small of a woman's back and hugged her with an erect penis, and now we can legally smoke weed on air.
it seems like the lot. I think that's the turn of
I
events.
think, honestly, though,
COVID, small of back, legal weed.
I think the small back came before COVID.
It did. Announcement.
We're still
of small
smoking
back.
weed, though.
Yeah. Nothing really changed, except honestly, my anxiety about weed went up a little bit.
Really?
Because like I'm not used to it just being allowed.
I know.
Like I'm usually when I'm smoking on the street in Manhattan, I'm like looking around. Now I'm looking around and I'm like anxious that I'm looking around because I'm like I don't need to be looking around.
That's just anxiety.
That's
bro.
just being high. That's just being fucking stoned like an
Yeah.
idiot.
The paranoia didn't go away, even though it's legal.
Right.
Will it go away, though? That's the thing. Like, is the paranoia from weed? No, because like you're sitting on the couch and you're like, yeah, but it's always like the cops are gonna come.
Right, but
The
like
cops come now, it don't matter. Like, we literally, the crew was chilling. I don't think I've even brought up Faye. I should tell that story.
Oh, you mean what was her real name?
Faye. Her name is Fern, but fuck her.
Fuck her.
So me, Joe, Emily, and Lizzie are in our apartment. Like we were smoking and chilling on a Saturday night. And
Pre-legality.
pre-legality, like 3 weeks ago. And we get that was probably like a month ago. We get a ding-dong ring. Ding-dong. Jesus Christ. I'm high now.
The witch is dead. Ba-da-da-ba-ba. Ding dong, the witch is dead.
Someone rings our doorbell, and we were all of us like, all of our hearts just dropped. And we were like,
well,
this is it.
this is it.
The cops are here. And I was going to the door. I was like, I got to go talk to the cops right now.
By the way, I'm pretty sure that was the night like Lizzie rolls joints, like she just shows up and will roll joints, and we had already rolled joints before she got there. So there were multiple in rotation. There's smoke everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like not a good scene if the cops are at the door.
Yeah, if the cops are at the door, like a cloud of smoke would have came out.
It would have been like a cartoon class.
So I opened the door, and it was my neighbor from downstairs, Faye, a.k.a. Fern, a.k.a. Faye. And she was like, hi, there's a noise, a light hammering noise coming into my apartment. And that's all she said. And I just assumed it was the music. So I was like, okay, I'll turn the music down. Boom. Week later, during that week, we get
Was that the first Faye
That was the
encounter?
first Faye encounter.
Oh shit, that's cool.
So this story has transpired.
Yeah, it has legs.
After that, we get a note on our door. I talked to you guys about this problem. The light hammering noise is continuing. Please stop noise harassment. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, that's weird. They were fucking. So
She
then,
wouldn't get mad about 2 minutes of noise. But nailed it. All
so
right.
she leaves the note on the door. We get another note on the door. Another note on the door. I think we probably collected 3 notes at this point. It's a Sunday night. Me and Emily go to bed. I wake up to like 10. Why do I keep saying ding dongs?
Say ding dongs. It's ding dongs now. And if you stop saying ding dongs, we're gonna have problems.
I wake up to 10 ding dongs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, was that really ding dongs at the door? And Jasmine started to bark.
So glad you're saying ding dong.
Jasmine starts barking a little bit. I was like, that's definitely ding dongs. So then I hear like fucking 5 more ding dongs. I was like, shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I put on my clothes and I go to the door and there's no one there. But there's a sign on the door. Like another note is on the door. Like angry now. Like stop
Like
noise
caps.
harassment. Like it's 2:30 in the morning. 2:30 a.m. And I'm like, we're fucking sleeping. So the first time I thought it was the music with this lady. You know what I mean? The first time she came knocking on the door, I was like, oh, the music is too loud. She wants us to turn it down.
Right.
Whatever. But it's 2:30 in the morning now. We're fucking sleeping. We're not making noise. And she had left like a lot of these notes on the door, like at obscure times. One time before this, she left a note on the door. Like Emily came up to our apartment. There's like to get into our apartment, it's like a tiny hallway with like a door, and a door for like the 3 apartments. And she was fucking standing like in our little area. Like Emily came up and she was standing there like freshly putting the note
Like
off
a
the door.
horror movie.
Yes.
Old lady in a
An
gown
old woman.
standing in front of your door.
Yeah, like a old, like fucking hair out to here. She got no teeth.
What if Emily like punched her? Like, you know, if you turn the corner and there's a person, What if she?
Horrifying, bro. Horrifying.
Jeez.
And Emily was like, what the fuck? And she was like, oh, like, you're making the noise again. She's like, I was out. Like, that's not us. Like, Emily was like, I was not in the apartment. Like, what the fuck? So then I hear, like, I open the door. She's not there, but the thing is
At this
there.
point, you know this bitch is just hearing shit.
Exactly.
Like, there's no way.
I'm like,
it's
this lady's just fucking, yeah, she's just.
bad shit.
Yeah. And.
Or someone else is making noise.
Sure. Whatever. It's not me. I know it's not me.
You're sleeping.
I know it's not me. It's 2:30 in the morning. I'm pissed off. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this lady cannot do this. She just rang my doorbell. She just ding-donged me 20 times. So I say, I'm like, Faye, are you down there? Because she wasn't there. And she can't, I hear her, like, shuffle back up the stairs. And me and this lady got in a fucking screaming match at 2:30 in the morning.
How old is she?
I don't know. Anywhere between,
Yeah.
like, 80 and 130.
She's that old.
Yeah, dude, she's old.
Just screaming.
I was-
at an 80-year-old.
It was 2:30 in the morning. You can't be doing that
No,
shit.
I agree
And I was
with you.
screaming. I wasn't screaming at her like "fuck you." I was like, "Hey, you can't fucking do that. We were sleeping. We're not making the noise." And she's like, "No, like I know it's coming from in there. Like it's blah blah blah." I was like, "Faye, we were sleeping. Like it's not us. Blah blah blah." We're like trying to talk, whatever. At one point, I literally go, "Hold on, we're gonna do an exercise right now. You ready? Both of us be quiet, and you can listen into my apartment. You're not gonna hear anything." And I just go, and it was that quiet. And it was 2:30 in the morning in my apartment. I was like, see? No noise. It's not us. This is not us doing this. And she's like, no, like, I know it's coming from in there, blah, blah, blah. You're not going to stop. I was like, I was like, you're not coming up here anymore. You're not knocking on the door. You can't do this shit. And she's like, oh, like, I could do whatever I want. And I was just like, fuck this lady,
Fuck,
dude.
you can.
Fuck this lady. So she eventually leaves. Starts leaving more notes on our door. And, like, the following Sunday, so this was, I guess, like, a week ago yesterday, rings our doorbell at 11 o'clock. And luckily, Emily was sleeping, but I was awake. And me and her got in another screaming match. And I was just like, yo, like, we're not doing this. Like, please stop. You're harassing us now. You're complaining about harassment. You're harassing us. There's a whole fucking thing. You got to stop doing this. And she was just, like, way over her head at that point. So then at that point, I was like, at first I thought, like, maybe she's just an asshole. Like, I don't really know.
Right.
But then at that point, the second time, I was just like, this lady's, like,
Ill. Yeah.
So then I was, like, kind of trying to be a little nicer, but I was also like, fuck you.
Yeah. But it doesn't change the fact that she's, like, ruining your life style, you know?
It's bad. And we stopped her we saw her on the street. I was ringing her doorbell. I was trying to talk to her in, like, the middle of the day. Just have, like, a civil conversation.
You gotta start waking her up at 2:30 in the morning.
No, I don't want to get involved that way. Next time she does, I'm just calling the cops. I don't want to.
Should.
Just call the cops. That's it.
Do the cops come? I guess, if you're getting harassed. But then you got weed. Oh, no, weed's chill now.
There we go.
So that's perfect.
It's easy, bro.
It's perfect.
It's easy.
Have I ever told the story, speaking of cops coming, have I ever told the story about the cops in my apartment?
I don't know, but that's a horrifying story.
Bro, this was actually that.
I
so
will call
this,
out.
in
I'll
this sense,
call this out. Matt, you're an asshole for not answering the door.
Yeah, dude.
Joe, go ahead.
I hope Matt listens to this fucking. I've never like discussed this with Matt since it happened because I like it brings me rage towards it. But this one day, it might have been 420. It was whatever it was. I decided to like be a total like loser and just baked myself into oblivion. So I had like my bong sitting in like my den. I'm smoking, and me and Matt are watching a movie. And my doorbell rings. It's like 11 o'clock at night. My doorbell has never rung before.
Never ding dong.
Ever.
Before.
Nobody ding dongs me. They
Yeah.
just, like, I know when people are coming over. I let
Yeah.
them in. So, like, my ding dong has a camera. my ding dong has a
Chill,
camera.
dude. That's how
right.
you get in trouble these days.
Right. We'll talk about Gates later. So, so my ding dong has a camera, and so I see that there's like 3 people standing at the door, and I'm like, those kind of look like, oh fuck, those are 3 cops. Like, holy shit. So like, I'm like, Matt, there's fucking cops at the door. He's like, oh, okay. Just bails. There's weed everywhere, by the way. There's like my bong is there, my grinder's there. I have the bag of weed is there. Like, there's so much weed sitting on my table. And I'm like, dude, he's just like, peace. And he just goes in his room. And I'm like,
Locks the door.
I was like, can you take the bong? And he's like, no, dude, I'm not putting that in my room. I was like, okay. So I run the fucking bong into my room. I fucking shut the door. I come out. I look like this. Like,
Probably.
I look so baked. Like, my eyes are, I can't even, I was about to go to sleep. Like, I was a wreck.
Yeah, yeah.
And I open the door to this. It's the lady cop. And she's like, hi. And she's shocked. And I'm much more shocked. So, like, I thought, you know, I was about to have to defend myself against this, like, smell or some shit. And she's just like surprised that it's me opening the door, like in pajamas and stoned and like clearly going to sleep and being a slob. She's like, are you having a party? Because there's no noise. And I was just like, no, I was just watching a movie with my roommate. We were going to go to sleep.
I was doing nothing illegal at all.
At all. Nothing illegal, but not having a party. Definitely nothing illegal, though. And no party. So she's like, oh, yeah, hold on. I must be at the wrong apartment. And I hear her like outside now. Now I got like the blinds. I like look through the blinds.
Oh, you go back inside?
Yeah, I go. She's like, you can go back inside. I was like, oh, okay, thanks. So I go back inside. Me and Matt are just like looking in from his bedroom, like looking outside with the lights off and shit. Just like, what are they talking about? And we could hear them. And she's like talking to my neighbor. And she's like, no, they're having a party. And I'm thinking my neighbor smelled the weed, thought that like only weed's like a party drug because she's like 106 and doesn't get it. But the cops were like, no, it's just a tired young boy, like young man in there.
There you go.
And whatever.
Don't
She
sell
had my
yourself
back.
short.
The cop had my back. She knew what was going on. Like you could smell it in the hallway. She wasn't
You did
about
go
to-
through a phase in your apartment where like I would open the door from like the outside and I'd just be like, I mean, the whole place stinks.
Right. I was so
Oh,
used
you were
to,
so cocky about it.
I know.
And I would like go in and I have a theory about that night. I'm pretty sure you and Matt got in a fake screaming match in his room.
Oh, yeah,
And you
we
guys
did.
were like screaming like
No, we were
you were screaming at each other, but you were like screaming like, let's get fucked up, like weird shit. Like you were
No.
screaming party shit.
I remember what happened. We started off like kind of joke yelling at each other, and we got so hyped up that I started playing music and we started singing so loud to
Yeah.
like random old songs
Yeah.
and shit. So they
like
might
a
have-
party.
like a party, but it
Yeah,
was just
yeah.
the two people. But that was like hours prior. It was like that was at like 9:00 at night, and then it was like 11. I'm baked and terrified. It was terrifying. I thought it was over.
Yeah, Matt not answering the door and making you talk to the cops,
Making
super
me,
stoned.
I was like, dude, you
like
couldn't
you could
talk
put the
to-
weed away, but like he can
Right.
go talk to the cops.
That actually might have been what happened. I asked him to talk to the cops because and he wouldn't do that. And then he did put the weed away. That's what.
Oh, okay.
Oh, big whoop! He put it in my room though.
Well, did he not remember that he also was making noise at 9:00? Why did we just assume it was the reeking illegal drugs
Right.
seeping through the door, ruining everyone else's time?
right, exactly, dude. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying too.
But also, bro, fuck, didn't talk to the cops for me. I couldn't even speak. Oh,
That is
That was the
That is
roughest.
the nightmare.
that was the most scared I've ever been.
But now you can talk to cops stoned,
Right.
and it's not a thing. So to answer the original question, will paranoia go away with
Yes.
marijuana use
I think
over
it will.
time? Hopefully,
No, it was definitely will.
because it's always like you're just like, oh, I'm not supposed to be doing this thing. And
Right.
then weed makes you like super self-conscious, and then you're just like, I'm not supposed to be doing this thing. I'm not supposed to be doing this thing. I'm not supposed to be doing this thing.
Right. But it's like, if you think about it, it's like booze. Like, if you're getting wasted at like 2 PM
No
during
shame.
work. No, but. No, like during work, like, that's not okay.
Yeah.
Same with weed. Like,
yeah, but
it's
I'm
like-
saying like when I would get fucked up, like I would just be like the most white boy wasted dude ever. Like
I haven't heard white boy wasted
and
in a while.
act like almost borderline illegally.
Yeah.
Like I would act so ridiculous, but it was just like, no, getting drunk. This is a legal activity, so this behavior is legal. So I
But-
would just do like fucking stupid ass shit.
But isn't drunk in public a thing? Isn't like being
High in public is just like you're in a turtleneck.
I mean, you're rarely in public.
Yeah.
Too. But but drunk in public, can't you get a ticket
Yeah, if you're like,
if you're like belligerent in public?
yeah.
And I
but
would
the things I've gotten away with, you know how
Yeah.
often I've been
Well-
belligerent in public.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I feel like 90% of the time you drank, you were an illegal level of belligerence in public.
yeah. So often.
So to answer your previous question, you were breaking the law.
Sure.
Right.
But now it's just we're in like a wild time.
And like I
Like
said,
COVID came, like we're in the middle of a pandemic, which is a very serious health issue. Like a lot of people have died and they're like, weed's legal. And we're like, what's happening?
right? But like also, finally, maybe
Yeah,
at the
for
beginning of the pandemic, hey, we're gonna be home for a while. We'll let you do this stuff.
Mm.
We were doing it anyway, but you know.
It'll be nice to know that like if I ever move to the suburbs, I'm like smoking pot in my backyard. Like I won't have some fucking annoying ass neighbor being like, you're not supposed to do that. Like they can't say shit now.
They can't now. And
That's what
why.
I'm saying.
And now I've been smoking in my den again because I'm like, I mean, I'm already leaving in 2 weeks. Like, fuck it, come knock at my door. I don't give a shit.
It's wild.
It's crazy.
You could have up to 5 pounds.
Dude, you can have up to 5 pounds in your home. You could have up to 3 ounces just walking around the street.
Well, I'm gonna say that it probably still same thing with apartment because you probably in your lease says you can't smoke.
It says
Yeah.
you can't smoke, but I'm already getting evicted.
I'm just saying like
That's also one that
neighbor-wise.
no one ever. Well, if you own the property.
True.
If I'm
Right.
a property owner,
smoke
one
the fuck
day.
it up. Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm trying to be a property owner.
But your neighbors, they're not gonna give a fuck anyway. It's not illegal. Like they could be like, you can't do that.
And now, dude, dispensaries are going to start popping up.
That's 2022. That's what sucks.
Weed. I'm trying to get in the weed game.
Death.
Like a lounge, like a weed lounge, like an Amsterdam weed lounge.
Jeff, dude, shh. Don't say all the good shit out here. Fuck. Don't do that terrible business idea.
Like New York needs a
Yeah.
a desperate comeback.
Weed's gonna pave the way.
That's just didn't see that coming.
Who did?
We were like, maybe it's legal, and then the next day, I think it was just like legal.
Yeah. And by the way, and you could grow too. You can grow 6 plants per person in the household. They made everything
Next thing
legal.
they need to
you
do
just can't
is
sell it though.
Well,
You're
now
not
it's
allowed
going to
to
be sold by the state. They're going
Right.
to tax the shit out of
But
it.
you can't sell it. Like that's still illegal.
Yeah.
But like, where do they think we're getting it from? It's just a bunch.
Well,
of
that's like the thing in
loopholes.
D.C. where like you can gift marijuana, but you can't sell it. So I ordered from like a cookie service, and they gave me like 6 cookies and
that's-
like an eighth of weed for like $80, and they came and delivered it, and they're like, "Your cookies are there, sir, and also your gift." And I was just like, "Sick."
Dude, that's the same. That's the exact same law. You can gift it. I forgot about the Washington thing being the same way. So maybe there will be businesses opening up before 2022.
Shh. Shh.
What do we-
That's our idea.
It's too
We'll
late.
expand.
We're live on Instagram.
Damn.
Fuck.
I forgot about that.
Dude, remember, speaking of getting high in my apartment, last thing, really quick.
Mhm.
Remember when my neighbor tried to
Oh
smoke
my
with us?
God. She didn't try and smoke with us. She tried to rape us.
We were with both. Both.
That woman
occurred.
was really aggressive and really insane.
And that was 3 or 4 years ago. And since then, I've only seen her outside of her apartment like 5 times.
Really?
In 4 years.
She was like blacked the fuck out.
On Memorial Day?
Yeah.
We were watching Patriots Day with Mark Wahlberg.
Were we?
About the Boston bombing. I'll never forget it because I was like so into that wild movie. And then I'm hearing banging on the fucking door. Remember she was banging
On the door. She was like, and we were in the hallway. She was like aggressively hitting on you, I think.
Yeah, you too, dude. So this basically, me and Dylan walked to 7-Eleven. We were smoking in my apartment like all day. It was the Monday after Labor Day, and we were like hungover and just were smoking, or Memorial Day, whatever it was. And we come back from 7-Eleven getting our snacks, and my neighbor, who's like a 50-something-year-old woman, is blacked the fuck out, sitting on my porch, just like smoking a cigarette, like chain smoking cigarettes. And she was there when we left. And then she comes up to us though, and we're walking in. She's like, "Hey," she goes, which one of you lives here? And I was like, "Oh, it's me." And she goes, "Oh, I just moved in. Like it was that summer I moved in." And she was like, "Oh," she's like, "You young boy, huh?" And she had an accent, so I don't really know how to play the accent. I'm not gonna say what I'm doing. I'm just gonna do an accent. And she's like, "Oh, you young boy, huh?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Bet it's gonna be pretty loud in there, if you know what I mean." I was like, "Okay." Sexual innuendo immediately.
We're about to fuck.
Yeah, I was like, "All right, lady." So Dylan's wearing American flag sunglasses that were my sunglasses.
Was I?
Yes. And maybe it was 4th of July weekend. Whatever.
Whatever. It was like the Monday after a big summer holiday weekend.
And Dylan had these 4th of July-esque glasses on, and she takes them off, puts them on herself.
Oh my God.
Remember?
Yeah.
And is like hardcore flirting with Dylan. Like in his face, just like, "Hey, like my glasses?" I'm like, "Oh my God, this is crazy."
This is not okay.
So we're like, "All right, we'll see you
later."
later. We go inside. We had just ordered Chinese food. Chinese food shows up. We're eating it. And we had the 7-Eleven, whatever. So she comes in and she's knocking on the door. So I open the door and I'm like, "What's up?" And I have the lock thing on it, like the chain thing, because I'm like, this is getting a little weird. So she's like, "Smells good in there." I was like, "Yeah, we're eating Chinese food." She goes, "No, the other stuff." She starts like going like this. She's like, "Can I have some?" I was like, "I don't think so. I think," and then I just shut the door in her face. And then, so me and Dylan try to fucking watch this movie. We're rattled.
I'm rattled.
We're shook.
Rattled. I'm shooketh.
It's like
Shook to my core.
We
I'm
weren't-
like, dude, what is Like we were
freaked
so
out.
hungover from the weekend too, so like you had the like anxiety from that.
Right, the
that,
scaries. You're having the Sunday.
You're
This
having the
is the scare-
scaries, and this woman's just fucking harassing the shit out of us.
It's like a lesser version, like if you have the Sunday Scaries and like a zombie apocalypse happened,
Yeah.
except it's one
woman trying
drunk
to
ass old
trying
Asian
to ruin
woman.
your Chinese food.
Right. So if we fucking try to finish this movie, we put the movie on, we kind of turn it up so we can't hear or whatever. All of a sudden we hear like, I'm not talking knocking, I'm talking like banging.
She's trying to break down the door.
She is trying to break down a door, and we're like, holy shit! So she must have locked herself out in like a drunken asshole.
Yeah, she did lock herself out.
She
I
locked herself
forgot.
in a part. So we hear her go up the stairs. Now she's banging on our door. She fucking goes up the stairs. She's banging on all the neighbors' doors, like banging. And we're just like, me and Dylan are like holding each other on my couch, like in the fetal position, just like, fuck, what's going on, man? It was a nightmare.
I don't know if the weed being legal would knock that paranoia out, but
No, I mean,
hey,
it
man,
wouldn't hurt.
let's start a movement. We're movement guys.
Right.
Weed doesn't cause paranoia anymore.
Right.
If you believe it to be
March.
true,
We march.
we march forward.
And the whole time we're marching, we're like, we might get checked out by the cops. We might get checked out by the cops. Super paranoid.
Oh man.
All right.
What's up with
Anywho.
some headlines this week?
Yeah, let's hit these headlines. What do you want to
I
start
can't
with?
stop looking at now that you said that. Like, I just feel like
Murder?
not to start like grim, but like the
No, it's-
Capitol thing
Yeah, the cop.
happened. Like I came in and one of my patients, so like people are so numb to it too that my patient was like, yeah, there's another attack at the Capitol. Do you see it? And I was just like, what the fuck do you mean there's another one?
Right?
What do you mean? What do you mean? He said it so casually.
It's fucking insane.
Like the time is just like,
and we were just reading some of those headlines. The murders are like, they're not just like, oh, man shot. It's
Was it
like
all,
man's
like-
face ripped off and
Yeah.
taped to his back and shit. It's like this crazy, brutal, like jigsaw murders.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck is in the water? COVID. Is COVID making people murderous?
Yes.
Is that a side effect they don't tell you about?
I think it's definitely, or it was always there and like we're just paying attention now.
That's a very valid point. We never used to
We
read
never
headlines.
used to
on-
read
on
headlines. We
Twitter.
were very anti-headlines people.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
So this is what the real world is going to be like for the rest of our lives now?
That sucks because I make fun of my mom all the time for like, I'm like, turn off the news. And she's always like, text me just like, someone got murdered on 190th. And I'm like, fuck you, lady. Murder happens. I don't want to hear about it constantly.
Oh, yeah. I can't even tell my parents I'm going to the city anymore. Because when our parents grew up, the city was like, people just
Yeah.
got robbed and killed
Constantly.
all day long.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that
All
was
day
just,
long.
It was like, you went to the city, you probably got robbed.
Yeah.
It was like bad. So, but I'm like, Ma, like, it's not like that anymore. They still, like, I can't tell them I'm going to the city. Can't.
The city was just like, I feel like we're hitting that weed is, we're definitely, I feel like the city, New York City was at like a pinnacle and we've definitely dropped off from there.
Oh, New York City's ass.
New York City's ass.
Bottom of the barrel at the moment.
And what a rebuild.
Weed was big.
Weed was big. We'll see.
Weed was big in turning New York around. We've only been in the news for bad things.
Yeah.
Most COVID situations, fucking
Not
Cuomo's
great.
touching diddlies. We got fucking, what else we got?
I mean,
We
just
got
like
a
the whole
homeless epidemic. There's all sorts of bad shit in
yeah.
New York. It's a
Everyone's
shit show.
leaving.
Right. Everybody's gone.
Everyone's gone. All of Midtown Manhattan's a ghost town.
My rent on Long Island's going up. Nothing good. But weed being legal, very good.
Sure.
So we're good. We're here for that. But yeah, so these headlines, bro.
These headlines have just been. And
Even
this is the real
even
world,
these
bro.
headlines, they're the fuck. Every one of these headlines is wild.
What are we starting with?
Should we just start with this one? Gates?
I don't have the thing open.
Should we start with? Let's start with the MLB. You want to start with the MLB?
Sure.
I don't fully understand the whole thing.
Me either.
All I do know is there's new voting laws being passed in Georgia. People seem to be upset about it because they're claiming that it's suppressing votes and it's making it more difficult for people to vote. So Major League Baseball moved the All-Star game from Georgia, where it was supposed to be, to Colorado, and they're people are pissed about it, and yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, I would say that it's people are saying that it's the new voter laws are racist. And I just if that's the case, okay.
Okay,
How so?
right.
And then it's just not like that obvious to me.
I think that's a good way to phrase it.
Like people are like it's racist.
But you
and they
have to
say
get-
it in that tone. I'm just like, are they calling people the N-word?
Right, every
Are
vote.
they? Yeah.
It's like
Like what's the situation.
But why though?
yeah.
That's all. That's all I'm not getting is.
And
but
then
why though?
I think that it's the biggest one is that I could see as like trending that way, because I think what it was is like people are saying that because Georgia went blue, the Republican lawmakers are trying to make laws that would target Democratic voters so that it makes it
Right.
they discourage them from voting and they start winning more.
Right.
That's like the vibe.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
And the one that I don't even know which one it was, but I remember hearing something. I was like, oh, okay, that seems like it could be that way, where it was just like something with like churches on Sunday doing voting and something with that they can't vote anymore on Sundays, and Sundays you can't vote on Sundays anymore, and that's an attack on like a lot of like, you know, black churches do like voter Sundays after church, or it like brings the community out because they're at church already and they vote already. I was like, okay, if that one's true, I could like, why? Why do you got to do that?
Right. I get
If
that.
that's true, why do you need to not vote on Sundays? Like, why are you doing
Right,
that? You know
but
what I mean?
also, like another way to look at that is that's such a specific, like that it like the laws are racist just because like that one faction of people might be affected. Like I feel like that would affect not just like black churches. I'm sure other churches do that shit too. Like
I
you know,
guess
but
if
my
I
point
don't-
is why does that make it racist? Why is that so specific to that?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Does that make sense? That
Sure.
question?
I don't know, but if I had to like make up an answer, I do not know if it's true or false, but I'm just like, maybe there's a statistic out there that like most black people vote after church.
Maybe there is.
If that's true, then yay.
Right.
But like, is that a statistic?
Right. So that one I can get behind if all those things are true.
Yeah.
Right? The ones that I can't though are really like I don't get.
Yeah.
Like the one of the main ones that people are saying is racist is the
Voting ID.
yeah, like you need to show ID in order to vote. Shouldn't you need to fucking show your
Yeah.
identification before voting for like politicians in the country? I just don't get why that would be. And they're like, "Oh, like a lot of black people don't have licenses." But like it's free to get a license in Georgia. So like I don't get that's just completely unfounded, it feels like. Like that's just that makes no
like if
sense.
you're gonna register to vote,
You can't just cry racism every time something gets passed.
Yeah.
You need to tell me why. I don't get how that in particular.
and then if it would be like oh well, you know, black people won't get IDs, and I'm like, well, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
If they're gonna vote, wouldn't they just go get an ID?
Right, like if it's free, if
Yeah.
it costs money, then I could understand.
Oh, what you
Like-
saying, black people?
No, I'm saying like if that's who they're
Gotcha!
talking about.
Gotcha!
You fucking said it, bitch. I didn't say shit. You put words in my mouth. I didn't say that shit.
I'm kidding. I'm obviously kidding.
But where was I?
I don't know.
I don't fucking know either. But
That's how they get you.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't get that. I don't understand. So the whole fucking thing happens now. MLB moves the All-Star game.
Yeah.
The whole Georgia area, Atlanta area was going to get so much
Yeah, I saw that like
economic
they were expecting
boost.
like $100 million to come in.
Yeah.
Like if you're like a
And now you fuck the whole town.
Yeah.
Because you're like being a bitch, MLB. The new fucking commissioner in MLB is such a cuck.
Really funny, real quick. I was just reading something yesterday that
red.
what happened?
I'm so red today.
It's a little saturated on that monitor, but I
Maybe
read something
it's my
that
maroon.
I read something that Rob
me.
Manfred also he's a member of like a very prestigious golf course in Georgia. Like he basically like he
So what?
it's just like he boycotted the MLB. He's like, we do not agree with the Georgia rules, so we're pulling them out. And it's like, and then it comes out like, oh, you pay $180,000 a year for this golf.
And they
place
probably
that
don't
has-
let black people
That
in it.
has yeah,
Like, it's a
has
fucking
Which is
golf
wild.
club?
Okay, you boycott the All-Star game. Why? Like, why wouldn't you boycott the Atlanta Braves? You know what I mean? Like, it's such a stupid thing to boycott
Yeah.
the All-Star game. It's like, okay, but Atlanta
Yeah.
also has a baseball team there that plays 82 games there a year. You're not gonna. Those are okay.
So,
but we won't give you the special one.
Wow. So
the fuck is that?
So what it's basically saying is, what that statement is saying, like the MLB moving, is like we're protesting these laws, so we're basically fucking Georgia. Like they are purposely fucking them.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, we want to move. It's like, no, we're fucking you. Wow. I didn't like think of
Dude,
it
they're
that way.
Yeah, bro. They're
That is,
fucked.
I knew they were
100
getting
mil
fucked.
going
I didn't
in.
see it as like
That's
a conscious
the thing. Like, you're
Fuck
taking
you,
that
Rob Manfred.
stance, but also like you don't need to affect this. Like all the businesses there that were going to get that business.
Right.
You You didn't have to do that.
But so the way I look at it, though, he did it because he's soft. They even said like, oh, they didn't want to like deal with it. Was more trouble than it was worth, type of thing. Like we didn't want to deal with it.
I guess it. Oh, Frankie, good. I was gonna say that. I guess like people were like MLB. Like they're no. I don't.
this.
Yeah.
You're gonna
And then
listen
they
to
just
the
caved.
1,000 people that
Yeah,
care and
dude.
like that's what
People
I'm saying.
are super giving.
That's cancel culture.
Yeah.
Like don't listen. You don't have to do it. If you don't do it, we're gonna be okay.
Listen, there's companies out there that like, let's say Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A used to get in a bunch of shit.
Yeah, but they-
a long time ago.
They said some bad shit.
Exactly, but they.
They still hate gay people.
Yeah,
They
still
still hate
openly
gay
hate
people,
gays. Yeah,
you
we
know?
still eat the chicken too. It's fucked up.
So you could take your stance, and people still eat Chick-fil-A.
right.
Chick-fil-A's. I feel like Chick-fil-A is hotter than ever. Guess
Probably.
what? Chick-fil-A still hates gay people.
Yeah.
You're still eating it.
Right.
So don't give in to the shit.
Right.
Hate the gays.
I will say though, they
No, don't.
they kind of just they caved into Biden. Like Biden made some speech because some reporter was like, "Do you think that the Georgia like MLB should leave Georgia for the All-Star game?" And he's like, "Well, that's their decision, but it's unbelievable what they're doing there. It's Jim Crow on steroids."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then
Fun
a
play on
day
steroids.
later-
in
really,
baseball.
Jim Crow on steroids. Oh, good pun there.
So
but Jim Crow on steroids seems
Can
like
I admit
maybe
something
not.
right now? No clue what Jim Crow is.
the laws,
No clue. I know it's like something with segregation.
those were the segregation laws.
Yeah.
Where
It
it's
was
like
the whole
black people
bill.
go in this water fountain, white people go in that water fountain.
Right. It was like the
Right.
law
Okay.
that said that. So you think this is worse than that, though,
Yeah.
Mr.
On
Biden?
steroids?
That's
okay.
what I'm saying. Like, yo, fuck you, dude. Like,
First of
that
all,
is the
you gotta know what-
dumbest fucking thing you could. Why would you say something like that?
You got to
Of
know what
course
steroids
it's
are.
not.
You got to know what steroids are, okay? You got to know what steroids are to make a statement like that, okay? And let's keep it MLB, right?
Right.
Let's talk about Chuck Knobloch for a second. Chuck Knobloch,
Yeah.
okay? Chuck Knobloch was a second baseman. Second basemen are supposed to be like maybe 170 pounds.
Yeah.
Chuck Knobloch had forearms the size of my fucking thighs.
Oh, yeah.
This guy was roided out of his mind so fucking hard that when he took a ground ball and tried to throw it to first base, he would fucking fire it into the fans.
Yeah, dude.
He couldn't do the throw. He's too jacked up. He couldn't throw it 20 feet. He had to throw it fucking 500 feet.
Dude, people know that muscle tone directly correlates to the yips.
The
like
yips,
everybody
bro.
knows, muscle mass
This man,
equals yips.
you talk about Mark McGuire, you talk about fucking Barry Bonds. Look at Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds on steroids. Barry Bonds had maybe a size 7 head.
I would say 7 1/8.
Into
My
the
size
league.
head.
Skinny, whatever.
Skinny, sleek.
He hit 72 home runs. That means every other game this guy was bopping fucking home runs. People would intentionally walk in a runner to
Oh, yeah.
not face Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
Because he was on steroids.
Right. His head was
The Jim
how
Crow
big you think
shit
his head
seemed
was?
like it was super intense. Black people over there, white people over there.
Yeah.
It's not as, and that's very clear cut to me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where like this voter one, I'm like, wait, what? How is it racist? You know what I mean?
Right.
So if anything, it's like maybe Jim Crow on like
Xanax,
Xanax.
Ambien.
Yeah.
Completely
Like,
asleep,
s-
Jim
asleep-
Crow.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean?
Jim took a fucking nap, and then we walked past him to go to the bathroom.
Like-
Laws.
White bathroom, black bathroom. Very clear racism.
Extremely racist.
1 + 1 = 2.
You need to show me your ID to get into this building. Doesn't feel racist.
Dude, Delta
Like-
Delta took a huge stance on it. Delta was like the voting ID is bullshit, blah blah blah. Delta is an airplane that requires identification to get on their airplanes.
And
Duh, they
to
prob-
just buy the ticket.
Also, Delta. I think it's Delta. Don't quote me. I'm pretty sure it's Delta. It might be American Airlines. Almost positive it's Delta.
They're the same thing.
Yeah, but this company in particular, they specifically hire blonde women. My friend's a flight attendant, and she says that like the hiring process at Delta is like the most fucked up,
Oh,
like
you're about to
sexist.
blow them
yeah,
up.
I'm blowing you up, Delts. How you doing? Apparently it's very well known. I didn't know, but I
didn't
think
know
it's Delta. I really hope it's Delta. Not like it might be American Airlines. I don't know. I should text her, but
No. They hire
fucking,
only blonde
I'm
chicks.
steering in. Yeah, they hire like majority blonde chicks because that's their look that they go for. Like that's their brand is like blonde, beautiful women being the flight attendants as opposed to like ethnic people. It's like 5% of their employees are ethnic, but they like make it a point to hire those ethnic people. But like it's yeah. So fuck you, Delta.
Well, it's just
Eat
Yeah.
a dick. Taking stance on shit. Hire fucking not blonde people.
it's a weird time that just like corporations are just like, We stand on that one. We
Right.
stand on that one.
Who cares?
Who cares?
Like, I don't care that where Nike stands. I don't care where
They're
Gatorade
shoes.
stands. You're gonna just split your base up anyway. Like, people are gonna dude. Like, people are not watching the MLB now. Like, people boycotted the fucking NFL because of the knee thing. People are not watching the MLB now. Like, it genuinely, like a lot of people.
It's just
And it's like, yo, first of all, baseball in particular, we don't need that kind of heat.
yeah, we're
People
already,
are-
it's a dying sport
We're
already.
losing people. It's like a firing squad out there just
Everyone's
shooting baseball.
joining lacrosse.
Yeah, fucking
Ugh. Lacrosse,
nerds.
gross.
Play a real sport.
I
Fucking
also-
children. I love it. It's okay.
I did just find out that MLB donates like millions of dollars to the CCP every year.
What's the CCP?
It's a CCP.
The Chinese
Chinese Communist Party?
Yeah, and they go. To
Is
all
that
these,
because
like,
we-
Well, because they
retreats
have
with them.
a.
Because we play games in China, right?
They
Oh
signed
no,
it-
that might be Japan.
They signed a huge contract with China to basically give them like rights to like I don't know. They got like a whole thing going on. It's just like their
Frankie loves
border
China.
of stances. are just
Right,
like-
right. So you're gonna do
all these
that,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
then you're
yeah.
gonna take this stance for democracy, which is bullshit anyway. Like, that seems
You send
dumb.
funding to China,
Right.
who
'Cause-
has the Uyghurs locked up, and what God knows what's going on.
God knows.
It's weird in general that we're doing business with. Because if you just think that what's happening with the Uyghurs is the same thing as the Holocaust, it's like doing business with Hitler.
Which we were doing also,
And we're
by
not
the
trying
way.
to do that.
Right. We're not.
We're not.
We're not. But we were probably doing business with fucking Germany. I'm sure we were, right?
Yeah.
We had to be. I'm sure we were giving them the fucking bombs that they were dropping on us. Like, that's the
Yeah.
way the world works. It makes no sense to anyone, but that's just the way it works.
It's fucked up.
It's insane. It makes no sense.
This is,
Wait, what a good tangent this just went on.
yeah.
Wait, what's that? What's that company that? GE, not GE. What's the computer company?
Dell?
No,
like older.
3M.
No,
IBM.
IBM. I'm
IBM.
pretty sure there was something
Watson.
about like IBM sold.
Watson's a Chinese bot.
I'm pretty sure IBM sold the calculators or whatever type of system they use to Germany to count like and tally the Jews.
That
Like,
is a true thing.
That's a true thing.
Yeah.
And they were selling millions of dollars worth to Germany to help them calculate. Yeah. So we were
That's true.
basically funding them in ways.
And then we also, by the way,
but those are private corporations in the U.S., not
Right.
necessarily the government.
well, the government,
Those private
though,
corporations now are taking very stern stances against racism, and we're just
Right.
like, remember when you counted the fucking Jews list, bro?
right?
You know?
right? That wasn't good.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up.
I'm 60% on that.
That's fine.
60% is plenty. Dude.
These
We're
are
usually-
feelings. These are not facts.
We're usually 15%
Yeah.
max. But something I'm positive of, 100%. After World War II and Hitler was dead and all that good stuff, the U.S. government took like the best Nazi scientists, brought them over here like it was nothing, and just
Paperclip.
Project Paperclip.
And then what? They started NASA, right?
They started NASA. They started fucking Area 51. They started all sorts of shit. I'm sure I made that up, but I don't. Something
You
like
just
that.
lost your 100%.
Yeah, but-
As soon as you brought in
Area
aliens.
51,
I
I'm
know.
not sure.
I
No,
know
no, you
aliens.
shut up.
I know aliens
No.
are 100% for you. I
They
know.
are- no,
I
they're
know.
just 100%.
But they're not 100% for everyone. You need to understand.
But there's no such thing. It's either fact or not, and it's just the truth. But it's like, it's just before I said Area 51, I was 100. But yeah, so like with the government now, all of a sudden, like I love the moral swing our government has taken to like we're gonna do like it right in your face. It just makes no sense,
I just don't know where it goes.
bro. Me neither.
It's just there's clearly no end. I think
None.
this is like America on the down crease.
Oh,
I think
it's-
we're
it's-
living the fall of the Roman Empire.
No, we definitely are. We definitely are.
This is
and
the
it's kind
falling-
of scary to think of it that
It is
way.
a little scary
It's scary because
because we still got a lot of time here.
we still got a lot of time here, but like I don't think
I'm engaged now. I'm about to have a wife.
Right.
I got to protect my fucking
you,
wife.
you gotta have kids.
I got.
In this world, I may not. I may remove my ball. Like I don't think
Early
anybody
on,
should procreate
What's it called? Vasectomy.
early on.
You should vasecticize.
You know what I was thinking of doing? No, I'm not. I wasn't. It's not even funny. I'm not saying. But yeah, it's scary, bro. It really
is
is
scary.
scary to think of it that way. I heard somebody else talk about it on a podcast, and they were basically saying like it's just the beginning, though. Like it may not fall in our lifetime, but I don't know if I agree with that.
Dude, if I'll tell you this. If honeys, bees, and avocados aren't in 2050, like America's toast.
If
America's avocado toast.
Wait, repeat that.
if by 2050, like the bees are gone and the honey's gone,
You just watch
And
Seaspiracy and the
avocados are
fucking
gone.
sharks are gone. We're fucked.
we're fucked, dude.
You're
We're
right.
fucked just because of that.
Right.
You watch Seaspiracy?
I watched the first half with Emily, but I
Dude,
gotta watch
according
the
to
rest.
Seaspiracy, like
We're done.
we're toast.
Yeah.
We're avocado toast.
Right. It's the fishing shit.
It was the
Fuck.
fishing thing the whole time.
Right.
It was the fishing thing the whole time.
Nobody knew. And
And
the
you wanna
seagulls are dying.
Dude, you want to talk about like conspiracy? Like there was some wild shit in there where it was like cage-free tuna company, and then it was like the company that manufactured the fish was just like, oh, we actually cannot prove that it was like it was. They were saying that it was just like we're 100% safe. That was the advertisement, and the guy found out that it was like definitely not fucking safe
Definitely
at
not.
all, and that was their whole thing. We're 100% safe. And the guy was like, oh, like, how can you say that? And he's like, oh, it's a trademark. Like, it's not, like, it was like corporate loopholes.
It's fucked.
It's always corporate loopholes.
Yeah, it's a saying or some shit.
It's always corporate
Damn,
loopholes.
damn
Damn
it.
corporate loopholes.
Damn it, dude! At fucking and then at my Easter, I have some conservative people in my family, and then I have like some really liberal people too. Like it always gets kind of interesting.
Yeah.
At my when all my whole family's together. And I heard people like one of my more liberal relatives is like going on about Seaspiracy at the table to like my conservative relatives, and I just hear like the back and forth, and she's like, "Yeah, you can't eat fish," and like one of my relatives is like, "Oh, really? Let's hear why. Like, explain it to me." And it's just fucking hilarious.
Dude, you can't eat anything anymore.
No, you can't eat anything.
You
gotta
can't eat
just
anything.
like grass and shit.
You cannot eat anything. If you, every single, no one's scot-free.
It's all bad.
That's what cancel culture is. We're all pieces of shit, besides my
Apparently.
beautiful fiance, Emily.
Right. But according to the fucking
Everyone's
The
done
news.
Yeah, everyone's
we're
done
terrible.
fucked up shit. You know, no one's safe. Every company's done one fucked up thing.
isn't it crazy that there's people like I get
You got to
the
consume some shit.
right. I get the plant-based movement because it's like sustainable. I get all that. But isn't it wild that there's people that like will like scream and call you a murderer for like eating a cheeseburger? Doesn't that freak
Well, that's
you
intense.
out?
That's intense.
Yeah, that freaks me out a little bit.
The only
That
reason
intensity.
you're yelling that loudly, you just gotta, Emily's a vegetarian.
Yeah, but she
watched
doesn't call me a
Seaspiracy.
murderer.
Exactly.
You know
She
what I'm
lets
saying?
people live their life.
Right.
At the end of the day, you gotta let people live their life. If
Right.
everyone just let everyone live their life, we'd be okay. The problem
We
is,
probably wouldn't be okay. Probably wouldn't be okay. Some people need to be put in check, dude.
but then that's what you get police and when people are actually get an investigation going, not just people fucking tweeting
Right.
about.
You're explaining like the start of civilization, and then eventually the police become corrupt, and then eventually we become terrible. And,
That's what I'm saying,
you're
Joe.
just-
We need to get in this
it's
world.
unfixable.
I'm about to have a wife. We need to go in this world, get ours, and die.
I mean, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what is this?
What?
Frankie writes into the fuck. I gotta say, read this. Frankie writes into our outline. Quite the tangent y'all are on, huh?
Sorry.
Nice.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
Frankie, you could
It
just.
wasn't bad. I just thought.
No, I don't even know what we were
I
talking
think
about.
we're on
That.
Seaspiracy.
I mean, we're a little stoned still.
Guys, I didn't watch it yet, but I've heard all about it.
At Easter.
Exactly.
Yeah. Shout out Jill. She dropped that knowledge on the peeps.
Guys, I got a quick one real quick.
Shoot.
So me and Sabrina, not too long ago, watched basically we're into the whole royal family thing, and we kind of got into the like Princess Diana, like, oh, what is
Oh
there
my
like a
God.
conspiracy behind that? Like we were young, like let's look into it. Immediately like hopped on Prime. I just put in like Princess Diana and immediately see like a dope conspiracy video just outlining the sketchy shit around it. And it was only like 20, 30 minutes long, and it was incredible. I mean, it was like if all the things check out, it's just like, damn, that's fucked up. Like it could be definitely like a hit piece. So I go to show Joey and Chris like 2 days ago, and Sabrina's there too, and we're scrolling through Prime. I'm not kidding. I went through every single video of Princess Diana. It's not there anymore. It does. I promise you, it does not
we
exist.
Googled it too. We're like Princess Diana stuff on
I found
Prime,
the
and
people. I went to their IMDb's and nowhere.
Erased off the
And
map.
Gone.
just
Gone.
saying, like, also Prime's been like ripping all these like books off.
Oh, really?
Like fucking Hitler. So I'm thinking they ripped that shit off because people were searching because of the fucking Oprah interview, and then they were like, "Oh, it's too much traffic. Let's yank it."
I get behind that. Fuck it.
It was
I
just
get
so
behind that.
weird. I was so excited to share it, and it does not exist.
Do you know anything about the Princess Diana thing?
I know nothing.
You know nothing. I wonder what percentage of people think something sketchy went on.
I think a lot of people
I
think
think
fishy
I
shit
feel
went
like
down.
yeah, because I was gonna say like I think the majority might think
Yeah.
that sketchy shit went down with that. Would that be crazy? I think like the majority.
There's so many things we have no answers to.
Yeah.
Like
Don't get me
big,
started.
big things.
Big
Put your
things.
hat on.
It's on, bitch. It's always on now.
Speaking of, I got nothing, but let's talk this. Speaking of just fucking insane shit
Crazy
happening.
shit.
The Matt Gaetz shit in Florida.
Yeah.
Like,
That was
what
the
the
weirdest
fuck?
We got more sex trafficking in 2021 now?
So, the sex trafficking is a trigger word because when I see
Right.
sex trafficking, I immediately now think of Jeffrey Epstein.
Immediate.
Like when I'm like,
I was picturing him on the plane with
like
him.
yeah, I'm like he's Jeffrey Epstein's best friend.
Right.
He has a ring of girls who has a ring of girls who has a ring of girls who are all a part of it. But Matt Gaetz basically is getting in trouble for like having a allegedly having a relationship with a 17-year-old and traveling with her and like paying for her travel. And the sex trafficking part is because he's paying for her to go like with
Across
him across
state
state lines. So that's sex trafficking. If she was 21, would it be sex trafficking, or is it because
No,
she's
it's
underage?
'cause she's underage, obviously. But
Right. That's just prostitution.
isn't it right? Isn't it no, it wouldn't even be either because he was just paying for their airfare. And he was dating the women he was dating. And the one woman was, they claim, is underage, which would make it sex trafficking. But if it's a regular 18 or older, like an adult, it wouldn't be considered sex trafficking. It would just be like you buying your girlfriend a plane ticket. But because he was supposedly doing it for sex with a minor, it becomes sex trafficking because he's
Right.
paying for a minor to come with him, right? You see?
Yeah.
So, hey, people who are like in charge of what words mean, sex trafficking, too broad of a definition.
Too broad.
Too
we need
fucking broad.
We need a state line, sex state line 17 situation.
Right,
The,
like
the 5 S's.
Right,
He committed a 5 S's.
right.
You know, because
Right.
sex trafficking. I just saw the headline. I was just like, this fucking guy. What?
He's like, I was-
And I didn't think anything else. I just
Right.
went on my head. I was like, you see this Matt Gaetz shit?
He's
He apparently is-
shipping Filipino fucking children overseas. You didn't hear? Like, that's what I thought. I was thinking
Yeah.
he's shipping people by
Yeah.
the bus to, like, Zimbabwe to fuck people. Like, that's what I was picturing. Like, you got to be more specific. You can't just throw sex traffic around
Yeah.
because he went on a vacation with,
And
like,
then
his cousin.
he came on Tucker Carlson and did an interview like seemingly right after it happened.
Yeah, it was like 2 hours after.
2 hours after, just like definitely reading from a script and like looking like a fucking Disney movie villain, as Joe said earlier. This guy, like the look of, I will say this, Matt Gaetz prior to this just like pissed me off.
Dylan always hated Matt Gaetz, and I didn't know much about him.
I just hate it. Just he sucks.
I
bro.
I
specifically
gotta be
remember.
straight up. I fucking fan of his. This
you?
is the weirdest shit ever.
He just looks in that interview. He
Dylan
was-
doesn't like the way he looks.
I don't like what he stands for.
And what
I
he
like a
stands
lot
for.
of
Yeah, well,
things.
Dylan doesn't like. Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
it's,
yes.
you know.
There's a bunch of things.
There's a bunch of
I
shit.
was really more joking, but there was this specific day. Like I had never heard of Mac. I had heard of him, but I didn't like know the face to the name or whatever. And I had just learned who he was because he had given a speech to Congress or the Senate saying that we need to federally legalize marijuana. Right.
Oh.
So he gave this
Thanks, Matt
whole
Gaetz.
speech. So I was watching that, and that's the first I'm hearing of this guy. I'm like, yo, fucking Matt Gaetz is my new guy. Yeah. The same day, I brought it up to Dylan. I was just like, did you see that Matt Gaetz thing? Before I could even finish, Dylan's just like, yeah, fuck that guy. Like, he was so pissed.
I will
that
say
to-
this.
give that to Frankie.
Matt Gaetz is to me as like AOC is to you. Where it's just like you don't know why. I don't even know why I hate Matt Gaetz.
I know why.
I could.
I feel like I know.
can
I
list a
know
few.
why I hate AOC. I feel like though.
Yeah, I
you
can-
could list a few. Like, I could list a few, but I'm sure she's a pleasant.
But it's
woman
like
to
I
deal
don't
with.
even know how I came about it. You
Right.
know what I mean? Where it's just
Right.
like
I used to think AOC was hot.
you
It's
probably
like-
you still
I
do.
still think she's hot. She is low key hot. I mean,
Yeah,
she's not.
she's not.
You know.
But Matt Gaetz came on Tucker Carlson and said that all of this was actually false and that someone at the Department of Justice is trying to extort him and his family for $25 million by saying that they'll leak this story that he is
Right.
sex trafficking 17-year-olds if they don't give him 25 mil.
Right, but I don't think it was the Department of Justice that was blackmailing him?
It was a guy who works at the Department of Justice, and he
Oh, it
named the
was?
guy.
Oh yeah, he named the guy.
That's the crazy part.
Yo,
He names this guy. So like if we don't get an answer on this, Princess Diana was murdered by fucking Drake, bro. Like seriously, bro.
Seriously, bro.
I need fucking answers,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
You're telling me you go online and the New York Times is saying Matt Gaetz sex trafficking, and then it turns out that it's all. I need fucking answers.
I'm with you, bro. Like, you're gonna fucking just drop like, oh, they're extorting me for $25 million. Here's his name. Fuck you.
Yeah, is
I
this
mean-
just total? And Tucker Carlson was just like,
he's demanding him to release the fucking tape and shit.
yeah,
Release
he's like,
the
I
tape.
stand here today demanding the Department of Justice release the tape that my father wore a fucking wire for, and I'm like, whoa, like. Why did the New York Times run this story?
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
What the fuck, New York Times?
Yeah.
Are you
Where
nuts?
are we going? Where? And that's just like now me and you are in the middle.
Right.
And I'm just like, we live in North Korea.
I see no other reality.
There's no other.
Because aliens are real. They won't tell you.
It's like I consume this shit, and then I'm just like, I gotta go to work tomorrow. I'm just trying to go to the beach before this fucking shit explodes and enjoy my life.
Bro, I get why people go off the rails. Because they're just like, fuck it. I want to actually smile before I crumble into like flames at some point.
It's fucking wild, bro.
But what
And
do we
the-
think?
and
What do we
with-
think about the whole thing?
I do think he did it.
I feel like I don't see why it would be so far-fetched that he would do it.
I also thought immediately, like, when I heard like the sex trafficking shit, I'm thinking like, not that 17. I'm like, what? You know, I'm not
Right.
trying to. But I was thinking like, I thought it was pedophile. I want to say I heard pedophile shit, and I went to Jeffrey Epstein shit. And my brain was like, this guy was banging 13-year-olds. Like, what the fuck?
You know what I want to...
So I feel like very confused because I just don't know what the truth is, and I told myself a lot of things before I actually found out what happened.
Right? That's classic you.
I made it
Like
up
your
myself.
MO. That's your MO.
I
But-
can make it up. You know,
But let me tell you something.
it's more fun.
I'm pretty sure that the age of consent, because he's Florida,
The age
I
of
think the
consent in
age of
Florida
consent
is,
in
I think,
Florida
is
is
birth.
16 or 17.
Yeah.
Dead ass. I gotta look that up. I think it's...
Yeah, but if you travel with a minor, like a
Yeah,
legal,
right. It's because he crossed state lines.
yeah,
So then it's sex trafficking, not like...
So no one's gonna ask why Joey knows the statutory fucking.
I'm just... I
laws.
know the
Florida.
answer. I know the answer. I just know... I feel
Frankie
like I've
raised good
heard that
questions
before.
for my protection of my boy and future problems. I'm going to.
Oh, no, it's
save-
18.
Ah,
Oh, but no, wait!
That means Joey's in trouble.
Shut up. So in Florida, the age of consent is 18 with someone who's under there is a close in age exemption. So it's 16 or 17 if
They don't
but you
have a
can have
dad?
sex with someone no older than 23. I'm assuming
is out of that.
Matt Gaetz is a bit out of 23.
yeah.
So he would be
I did
therefore,
read
no
somewhere
way out
that
either
like
way.
apparently he would like go through Congress and like show other congressmen like nudes and like videos of like the girls that he's fucking, which I so see like him
I can
rolling
see
up to like the older
100%.
guys in Congress with just
100%.
like, yo, like look at this fucking
Bro, he looks like a frat guy.
Yeah, he
That is
does.
such a frat guy move. I feel like Congress is a big frat house.
Yeah,
they
they're
just
all
like
fucking and like they're against gay marriage,
Yeah.
but like they actually had a boyfriend for 30 years.
right.
or-
They're fucking kids. They're
Yeah.
also selling them. It's like a fucking madhouse.
we
now.
got it. We need the great restart, bro. Everyone out.
That's what we're in the middle of. Is it
Revote
not?
in.
We're getting there, aren't we?
But there's too many. The establishment. I'm big anti-establishment, Gov. Like
Yeah,
you've been in
you
there for
have to be.
fucking ever. Get them out.
It just doesn't pay to have like.
Everything should just be a poll.
What do you mean? Oh, like we all vote on everything?
Yeah.
Like every
It's
decision.
voting week, and we just vote on like a whole week. Everyone's off from work, and for the whole day, you just like take a test on what you want, and then whatever the rules are for that year. You re-vote. No one's in charge. Just the honor system.
We would hate that. You know how much you'd have to like read up on what they're proposing, and then
Good.
before-
We're educated. We're fucking morons,
it would-
Americans. We're morons. We don't know what we're talking about.
would be
I
like-
still don't know what I'm talking about.
it would be like you taking the boards every 4 years for the rest of your life.
Bring it on.
Sounds
What have I
awful.
got to? That's how you get someplace, though. You want answers? I
Yo,
gave it to you.
You know, and then social media would have to be eliminated because you'd have like groups on social media like rise up, almost like Wall Street bets, and
Yeah.
like create fucked up, crazy laws. Like we're gonna legalize heroin. Let's fucking do it, guys. Like they're gonna go prostitution is legal. It'd be a fucking wild house in here.
Yeah, we're trending that way.
I mean, I guess we are.
Legalize prostitution. It's legal. It's good work.
I mean, it's legal places in the world. It's legal in fucking Amsterdam. They seem
legal in
okay with
Vegas.
it.
Isn't it legal in Vegas?
I think it's legal in Vegas. Oh, you're right. It's legal right here in America.
It's legal right here in America.
Could you imagine if there were just legal brothels like all over Long Island? How horrid that would be.
Yikesies.
Oh.
But I would not shame anyone so long as you.
No,
cleaned.
you do you, boo boo.
Yeah.
Count your chickens, but like, yikes! That
Just
I've been in
for
the strip
COVID,
clubs
but for
on Long
COVID
Island.
reasons, just sanitize.
Yeah, clean up, wear a
Yeah.
mask, I guess.
I one time when I was in Amsterdam, dude, I was like walking through the Diamond District. LOL, I'm still have my woman on my mind. The red light district, no, the prostitution one. And and I saw like a guy, like a middle-aged man, like leave, like the room with her. Like you were in the red light district, right?
Yeah.
And like they're all like the windows
wild
and
over
shit.
there.
Yeah, it's wild. And I saw this guy, like he must have he looked like he was like coming from work. Like it was like 7. He just did his 9 to 5 and got his like Tuesday bang. And he was like looking, he just looked gross.
Yeah,
And I was just
yeah.
like, nasty, dude.
Dude, it could have been Brad
like-
Pitt, and you're still, that's gross.
I'm like, sex positive, power to the woman collecting her money.
Yeah.
But like,
Power.
I don't know why I was more judging the dude. He just looked.
You weren't judging the dude.
Dishevels.
You were just thinking about like how gross it would have been if you just hopped right in after that dude.
Sure.
And that's the gross part of
that is the
whole
gross part
thing.
of prostitution.
Right.
Yeah. It's the volume.
The secondhand contact with many other sweaty individuals.
Yeah.
And just, are you hungry?
Not now, dog. What else we got?
Oh my God, the craziest fucking headline. Well, I feel like I say that every week, but
You
these
do.
headlines be fucking crazy. So, I gotta read the headline. So, an adopted man marries his mom's biological daughter in a wedding mix-up.
Wait, as you said this
I
the
know.
first time I blacked
It's
out.
hard to
And then
understand.
you just did it again and I just blacked out again.
So, the bride, so this woman had a kid, and her bride, the bride
had
of
a
her
kid.
son, the guy,
woman
the
has
girl,
a kid.
the woman has this kid. He's getting married.
He's getting married.
Right. I believe. Yeah, and he was adopted by
So
this woman.
Okay, so a woman adopts a kid. She doesn't have
She
a kid.
adopts a kid.
Okay.
Man.
Yeah.
He gets married to a woman. She found out that the bride is actually her biological daughter that she had put up for adoption at birth.
Well.
So she adopts a son who happens to marry her estranged child. How loaded of a letter. Reading that like by the fucking tester. So,
How could that be true? No. Fake news.
I believe you. I am
Fake
with you.
news.
I don't think that could
Those
be.
people just want to start a YouTube channel and they concocted this fucked up shit. I do not believe that.
I can't.
No.
I can't. Like.
No.
At the end of the day, bro, I'm starting to feel more and more like gullible. All the
Yeah.
shit we're believing all year, I'm like, I feel like a sucker in some way.
It's fun to believe, though.
It's fun. It's way easier.
It's fun to believe.
It's fun.
Don't get me started about Santa. You know how I feel.
We don't need to get back into that. We all know how you feel about Santa, bro. That shit scarred your shit.
I want to believe. It's way more fun to believe, dude.
It is. Like, it's way
But
more fun
fuck
to be
that.
like, how
But fuck
serendipitous.
That. Come on. Where? Give me the details.
Let's see where. Let's
I need
see
more
where.
details.
Let's see. Oh, China. How are we getting stories like that from China, though? In the New York Post. Who do they have?
Frankie likes the New York Post. They're writing about China. Therefore, they are a part of the Chinese Communist Party.
Why don't you give me any links for these
We
sources?
just made it 20 fucking seconds ago before we started recording.
We didn't know what we were doing today. We were
Yeah.
getting high.
We just knew going into this episode we were going to celebrate legalization of marijuana and we were going to say congrats on the whole engagement thing. And that was pretty much
That's
it.
pretty much it.
And then all this other wild shit happened. Speaking of wild shit,
Wait, shut up. I need the details.
Well, I feel like there's not much.
It was just from China, so we just say it's fake news.
Right. Well, it's from China. I mean, dude, she noticed. She noticed she has a birthmark on her arm, on her hand or some shit. She noticed for the first time at the March 31st wedding, her son's bride had a distinctive birthmark on one of her hands, just like the child she gave up for adoption.
So they were
years
dating.
ago.
They were dating for a long time. She didn't notice until wedding day.
That's what I'm saying.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. What else? And the stunned woman turned to the bride's parents and asked, "Did you by any chance adopt your daughter?"
She didn't know that she was adopted until the wedding?
Right. Bullshit, right? No way.
Unless it was a strange son. No, fuck that. I'm just going to choose to not even defend this story. This
No,
is all
fuck-
lies.
no, yeah.
I'm not even going to try and understand.
The bride's parents responded, yes, revealing a secret they had kept from everyone for more than 20 years. They had found their daughter on the side of the road. Oh, wait. No, wait.
Wait, so you're saying she asked them at the wedding? At the wedding, she goes, "Is that your adopted daughter?" And they're like, "How'd you know? We have never shared that secret." Is that the 20 years thing?
Who wrote
Right.
this?
Right. That's the
That
20
was-
years thing.
Okay.
And they
then
found
they
her
were
on the side of the road, which means this bitch
dropped her off on the
dropped-
side of the
she
road.
left her daughter
And she was
on the-
like, "Was it on the corner of 70th and Broadway?" Fuck, that was me.
underneath the garbage pail. The bride, yeah. What? I'm blowing my mind. Tears and hugs followed all around.
Oh, that's cute.
That's nice. The ceremony went on.
No questions?
Even though the bride,
No questions, just tears and hugs?
So
Oh,
your
I'm
mom,
so glad it came back together.
what's crazy? Your son and your daughter got married that day.
I mean,
What a wild, loving feeling. Like you love the son and you love that is happily married to your daughter-in-law.
I don't know
but,
if
like,
there's
now
love in
you-
the equation as much as there's furious psychosis.
You don't
I
think
would
the
go
mom
into a
is like-
frantic fucking mess if I found out that I gave up a child on the street, then decided to, instead of raising that one, adopt a new one, then raise that thing. He finds out it's at the wedding. They're on the altar. There's the mole. I asked the parents about the mole. We didn't want to sail her, but we actually adopted her. And then it all just comes together, and she's just like, what a wonderful day. You would have to fucking go apeshit bananas crazy.
Well, when you say it like that. No, you're right, bro. You're right. You would have to freak out.
You would freak the fuck out. No one's that calm. I don't
No.
care if weed is legal.
Yeah, and you know way you're just hugging immediately like it's a movie.
No,
there's no like
there's so many questions.
back and forth. Like, wait, fuck, like, really? Like, no, seriously?
Imagine them being like the parents going up to the door and be like, "Oh my God," they're walking out, they're throwing the shit, and they're
Right,
just
do you
like,
tell-
by the way, okay, we never told you this, but you're adopted." And she's just like, "What? What do you mean?" And they're like, "Yeah, like we found you on the side of the road, and you're actually adopted." She's
Then
like, "Holy shit!"
deal with
And
that.
she's like, "Also, John's mom was the person who dropped you off on the side of the road." You can't handle that.
Do you think you do them both at one time? You go one at a time.
You got to go all
You
in.
go. I think you go one, and you like let them deal.
Sure.
Then like a real safe, maybe a year later, once it's just in the past, you say, "Here's some more." I swear that's it though. Like you like give them the rest because I don't think you can drop both of those things on.
I think
somebody.
you take that to the grave if you're the parents. Take it to the grave.
I think you should have just in the beginning told them.
I think it's fake.
It's got to be fake.
think
That's
it's fake.
bullshit.
I think it's fake.
Chinese propaganda trying to make us forget about the Uyghurs. Bastards.
And the New York Post fell for it.
Sons of bitches.
Let's end here.
We'll end on this one.
Jill Biden was in the news this week because she was wearing fishnet stockings. Shout out to the New York Post. They put Jill Biden's comment and they threw her age in there. Guess how old she is?
I mean,
69.
Joe is... Shut up.
Jill Biden, 69.
Yo.
Knocked Observer socks off.
That's the funniest detail ever.
Joe Biden's what?
He's
70s?
77 or 78. I
He's
think
a
he's 78 now.
Rough 77.
He's a really not a good 77. Like
Not a good
Nona
77.
is 83, I think.
That woman.
And she's that bitch is fucking with it.
Yeah.
She'll put you in your place. I've seen that bitch negotiate a purse from like $2,000 to like 48 cents in a handshake. That
Yeah.
bitch is the most intimidating 4'11" woman you'll ever meet.
Yeah, for
She's
real,
with it.
for real.
She should run this fucking country. Maybe not, but maybe.
She's so Joe Biden. I don't even know what the I don't know if it was debate or Jill Biden's fishnets reignite high power women in pantyhose debate, and it was like a whole thing about like ladies wearing pantyhose and like free the leg or something. But all I was thinking of is like I feel like Jill Biden's trying to get Joe's attention and get anything wiggling downstairs with that fucking fishnet stocking, dude.
Yeah, because you know he's
Like,
hung
she's
like
just
a
trying
moose,
to-
and that shit just hasn't moved in 7 years since the dementia set in. He just can't lock it up anymore.
She's just trying to get that attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, by the way, Jill, you're a good 69. You know what I mean? You look good for 69.
Chill, bro. That's the president's wife.
No, she got good legs on her.
She's
For a 70-year-old woman, she has good legs on her.
she's looking good.
She looks good.
She
good
looks
for
good.
her.
She looks good.
Good for her.
There was
She's no Melania, but she's
Different.
holding her shit together.
Melania posed in Playboy, for God's sakes.
You're damn right she did. Because she's a strong woman. It takes a lot of balls to pull out your tits on camera, my man. Trust me.
All right.
Oh, but yeah, yo, Joe looked good. 69, I'm still not over that.
That's
at all.
really funny.
That's rich.
You know they put that in there.
Yeah, like, no, I'm looking at all these headlines. None of them put that in. And you're not putting it in.
They
unless
did
you're like
put all
69,
the
it's
other
funny.
age. They put Obama's age. They put Kate Middleton 39. But like you know that they wouldn't have put in the ages if they didn't put in Jill Biden 69.
Right, 100%. First of all, how old is Obama?
57.
Damn. 57. I thought he was older than that for some reason. I thought he looked like way better for his age. Like he
So
looks
he was
good. He looks
president-
solid for his age.
12 years ago, so that means he was president at 45.
Yeah, he was like the youngest president ever.
Oof.
I think is that the cutoff? You have to be 45 or 35.
No, you got to be at least 35.
I don't trust a 35-year-old to be the president, bro. That is so young.
Yeah, I trust this 77-year-old, bro.
Right? Like Frank Ennis, I think, is 35. You would like no way that kid's been through enough shit for me to trust him running the country.
Yeah, I don't.
Shout out Frank Ennis. I think he listens to this once in a while.
Oh yeah, this world, bro. This
This
world.
fucking world.
This
At
world.
least weed's legal now.
There you go. That's New York's back.
We gotta leave.
Yo, this episode was fun.
This is fun as fuck. I think we're about done.
We're about done.
Yeah, let's rock and roll.
Let's
and
end
we're
it.
hungry. We didn't order food.
Yeah. Love you guys. Love you, Emily. Love our love.
Yo, yeah. Congrats to Dylan and Emily. One more round of applause.
Yeah.
For my boy popping the question like a fucking baller.
Yeah. Feel like a
Awesome.
baller. I am a baller. Love you guys. See you next week.
Peace.